Right, 7 minutes to post of the opening dash here at Grand River Raceway on a marvelous Monday. And, well, it's time for Gary and I to break down what we like in the early pick five, guaranteed pool $5,000, low takeout 15%. And yeah, I'm spending probably just above what my average spend would be, even though I've kind of broke the bank on some of the tickets this year. But this one, starting off with three deep in the opening, like 5, 8, and 9, made the five my value play of the card. Right now, 7-2. I'd be looking for a better price than that, but I like McWicked Move as my top choice in the opening dash, but also using the 8 I Dream of Genie and the 9 Big Nipper. Race number 2, singling up on the 6 Andy over. I think he just gets down to a real soft spot for him. He's kind of a preferred type on the B tracks, and 6 wins this year, 6 wins last year. This looks like a spot that he's going to get back to the winner's circle because it's much softer than what he's been facing as of late, and I think he'll love the surface here at Grand River Raceway, the new 5/8 of a mile track configuration. Race number 3, the 4, 5, 6, and 7. I had a hard time separating those four trotters. Very classy group going postward in this preferred two trot tonight. I think any one of those four can win. And I just wanted to use them all. So we'll be hoping for the better price of them. But I think that there won't be too much of a difference between the lowest price and the highest price horse of those four. Race number 4, the 4 in the 8 Hunter Hill was amazing at Kawartha Downs June 7th, and that was after getting a qualifier, a tightener under his belt at Mohawk Park that was kind of a step forward off his previous two efforts against Tougher. So I think you've got to come back to him from the 4 hole, but he's in control. Is one that if he ever brought his A game and went forward off the gate, he could really give this group some trouble. It's just a question if he's ready to do that yet. It's his second start back after missing a bit of time, but I do think you have to have him on the ticket. And then 2, 5, and 8 for me in the money leg race number 5. That is a real tricky dash, in my opinion, and I think there could be a price that comes out of it. $14.40 is the cost of my ticket, but let's see what Gary Guy has in store for us tonight.
Well, Robert, I didn't spend as much money as you. Got a little cheaper. My favorite number always is $9.60, 48 combinations, and I go to it again. And in the first race, well, I Dream of Genie, Big Nipper, and MV Kamala. So where you have McWicked Move on top, I don't even have that one as one of my top four. So we have a difference of opinion, but I did add in the threes. So I think MV Kamala just might have a decent chance in here to blast out and be a strong factor. In the second race, yeah, you went to Andy over alone, and there's great logic to that. I added in Tijuana Sealster. I think maybe I'm looking at Tijuana Sealster with rose-colored glasses from last year, but I'm expecting her to improve and come on. But Andy Over's the class of the race. Race number 3, where you have 4 that you said you think are pretty close, and I do see that logic, but I went to the Great Reset as the top one and added in Tamil Riggs. Now that might be a reach because has been missed a little bit of time, but still overall, just a little bit. I mean, the last start was May the 19th, but still, Tamil Riggs is one that I think when he's ready, he can be a pretty strong factor. He's got back class, and I just didn't want to leave him out, but it is the trailer post. Although we have seen some trailer posts do very well now of late, after me thinking that that would be the worst post here. We've had some nines come in. And fourth race, love Hunter Hill, but I did also add the 6 Captain Butler just because of how well Captain Butler did it here last time out and is back in the same class off of a win. And then in that 5th race, I have just the 2 on the outside. Wise Flower number 10 and Century Kalimba. You did also add the 2 and the 5 with the 8, so we have a little bit of difference of opinion in there, but we both like the 8 on top, but it is a tough post, so good to have some coverage. So $9.60, not as many selections, Rob.
No, yeah, it's a little more of an economically friendly ticket from Gary. And you know what? The math's easy on how many combos we have the same. It's just 2. Because from races 2 through 5, Gary, as me and Gary will share one horse, and yeah, we just have 2 combos: the 8 and 9 and the opening dash. That's it. Where we see it the same way when using multiple horses. But I do like the ad of Tijuana Sealster. I just didn't think she's ready to go with the likes of Andy Over yet. If he brings anything close to his best, but Tijuana Sealster last year gave us some great times when she went on her streak. Uh, her and St. Lance Criminal were the ones that went on long streaks here, win streaks here at the Rivers. So maybe she bounces back and gets to the winner's circle over the new 5/8 of a mile track here at Grand River Raceway. But a couple minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick five, folks. It's again a guaranteed pool of $5,000, low take 15%. We'll come back after the opening dash, take a closer look. After the opening post parade, take a closer look at race number one.
Field for race one on parade one. This chick bad. Scott Young for Riley Noble and Pat Jarvis. And Riley shares in ownership. Number two is Perfect Emily. Anthony Hunt for Courtney Bishop and Mario Villani, and Joe and Nicola Carnivale and Delio Cicchetti. Number three is MVP Kamala. Austin Sorry for Ernest Party. And number four is Street Cassidy, Eddie Hentley for Mike Riva and Ray Primo. Number five is McWicked Move, Travis Henry for Brent Dunbar. Brent partners with Dorothy Dunbar. Six is scratched. Number seven, Lock Down the Crowd, Talmore for Vern Cochran and Leonard Van Veen. There's a look at number one, but we're missing 8, I Dream of Jeannie, and 9, Big Nipper.
Sorry about that. Couldn't find him. Going to 8.
And there is number 8, I Dream of Jeannie, J.P. Bruno for Julie Walker and Leonard Gamble. And note that 9 is Big Nipper, Brent Madonna for Mike Horner and Doug Wilson. It's a field of 8. The 6 is scratched. Let's get right to Rob and your selections. And Rob, Well, we have right away a difference of opinion here. Number 5, McWicked Move, is your top choice, and I didn't even use this one in the top 4. And yet it was a decent start at Hanover last time out. McWicked Move, Rob.
Kind of an under the radar play here, Gary. The 5 McWicked Move with Travis Henry aboard. So that first start at Flamborough Downs, it kind of ended up a long way out of it, and finished up 27-3. That's what kind of caught my eye with that effort. I watched the replay and definitely came home very nicely after being left with a lot of work to do. Then last time out at Hanover, same kind of scenario, a long way out of it early. Kind of got jammed up behind horse at one point, and I thought was did pretty well to finish third in that dash as a 7-5 favorite. So thinking that you're going to get a big opportunity to take back value on her as well. You could do that right now. If you backed her last time at Hanover at 7-5, you almost have to come back to her today at 7-2 or higher. And I think she looks pretty good on the track. So I just thought that, both those efforts were a lot better than they look on paper. The qualifier, was a pretty good one too. And after she made that initial miscue, and a horse that makes a miscue in her first qualifier, they're probably looking to kind of, get her a bit of an education as well. But now she gets bet down to 5-2 favoritism. So the horse that I thought would be kind of be the value player in the card tonight for me, maybe won't be giving us that much value.
Number 9, Big Nipper, is also, was 5-2 co-favorite, but now drops to the 2-1 favorite. It's the trailer post. Boy, those last two lines, especially the last one, they look really good.
They do, yeah. Both at Hiawatha Horse Park and Sarnia, and the win last time was a dominant 156-4. It's a fast, oval though, right? It's 5/8 of a mile like we have here at Grand River. And I think, for me, and maybe I've got to get away from it as we see more trailing posts win. I'm always going to kind of gravitate away from the trailing post. And I think we're both kind of in that boat from what we've seen over the last couple of seasons. But, maybe we're going to see that have a higher strike rate this year. I think Big Nipper's got a big chance. I just get worried about in a race like this with some inexperience, around her in now versus 3,000 lifetime, she might end up getting kind of, caught in a bad spot from back there. So if that doesn't happen, she's going to be right there at the wire most likely and can come out on top with the victory. But I was looking for better value somewhere else. And right now I'm getting slightly better number with McWicked Move at 3-1.
I want to get to number 8, I Dream of Jeannie, and it will be now post position 7. Good last race, but, it's a tougher post, but just a second start this year, third lifetime.
Yeah, she looked really good through the first three quarters, and I mean, she only got picked up by Swift Talker, who was a heavy favorite in that race, right? So it's a good form reference. Just that one start this year, obviously got shut down after one try last year. So I like when they kind of bring them along slowly. She probably, needed that time to grow or mature. And you're, moving in that one spot on the gate should only further help her chances in 5-1. I mean, you could tell me she's the value in the race right now. I thought she'd be about 3-1 or even 5-2. So that's a good number on her.
And a quick last thought on number 3, MVP Kamala, one that I'm using on the pick 5.
Just what 2 starts ago, ran away with the victory in London. It was a real strong winning effort. Last time out, kind of stopped on the engine. So I'd have to kind of see her with one start over this service before I get too excited about putting her on top.
Well, it is a field of 8 taking up their positions. This chick bets Perfect Emily, MVP Kamala. In the center, Street Cassidy, McWicked Move. To the outside, lock down the crowd, I Dream of Jeannie. And the second tier, Big Nipper. Field of 8, race number 1. They're in the backstretch on a warmish Monday night at the river. Horses are gathered in behind the gates. There at the start of the rough, and MVP Kamala is going to leave out with Perfect Emily. Then McWicked Move is on the outside, driving through. Big Nipper gets out well from the trailer post to be racing fourth. Then it is Lock Down the Crowd. Street Cassidy, I Dream of Jeannie, second from last. Lock Down the Crowd went off stride, so now this chick bets is second last, and Lock Down the Crowd is back trailing the field. MVP Kamala on 4, 30-1 Breather. MVP Kamala. Now Big Nipper on the outside. Those two are going at it. Perfect Emily's on the inside third. Street Cassidy. I Dream of Jeannie's getting a little closer on the outside. McWicked Move is locked on the inside, racing sixth as they head on to 3. Down the stretch drive is Street Cassidy, and up the inside, Perfect Emily. On down the stretch drive they come. Big Nipper flying on the outside. McWicked Move. Big Nipper. McWicked Move. McWicked Move gets it. Big Nipper. And then Street Cassidy and MVP Kamala. It's McWicked Move, 156-1. It didn't look good early or even going to 3/4, Rob, but it looks plenty good now.
Yeah, definitely looks good with the water, Gary. But yeah, I got lucky. In the three hole, they were stacked up, uh, three on the inside, three on the outside. And then I drew into break and stride that actually let her kind of get to the side. But I could see that when she did kind of fail wide, four wide in the final turn, she had a lot of pace on the end of the mile. So I thought she might get there. There was a couple of one down high that beat a couple of sources, and I don't think she's anywhere close 7-2 odds in the vertical. So I think she's much better. And again, it's nice when you little as a value they pay a decent price of 7-2. You're happy.
And number 3, MVP Kamala, was one to use on the ticket and gets into the top 3 at 8-1. And then Sri Cassidy at 30-1 to make a very nice superfecta ticket, especially with the 8. I Dream of Genie, who took a lot of coin out of the top 4. Back in front of us, number 5, McWicked Move. McWicked Move, a 3-year-old McWicked Bay filly owned by Dorothy Dunbar and Brent Dunbar. Brent Dunbar is the trainer. Travis Henry, the winning driver. McWicked Move, 156.
Hey, KT. So I'm just getting some.
The first race payouts 5 McWicked Move, 950, 340, 270. 9 Big Nipper, 330, 340, and 3 MVP Kamala, 770. $2 Exactor, 3020. Dollar Tribe, 8505. Dollar Superfective, 1357.90.